This video is to show you how to enter a new lead into the CRM, which is called Bitrix24. And to do that, we're going to be going to bitrix24.com and we're going to log into our account with our username and our password. I'll get that for you as soon as I get one assigned, but I'm just going to use my profile for the example. So we're going to go to bitrix24.com and we are going to click log in on the top right corner. I have to click this enter button for some reason. You might not have to, but either way, I'm going to log in with my credentials. Okay. For some reason, I got to go through this process. I'm not sure why. Hopefully it'll be easier for you, but if it's complicated like this, I'm glad that you're watching me do it so you can follow the steps. So after you do that, you got to click the drop down arrow again, click on this link, and it'll take you to the CRM. Hopefully it's not a pain like that for you, but it might be. So anyway, after we're logged in, we want to, step 2, make sure the CRM is selected in the left-hand corner, and then select Leads tabs. So we want to click CRM, and then we want to click Leads. And this shows me all of my leads. We don't need to go through that right this second. We can go through it later, but you can just scroll left and right to see all of the information on the leads. But what we want to do is we want to, for the purpose of this, it's to add a new lead. So we want to click on the add button in the top right corner. So this button right here, we want to click on that. Okay. And then we want to fill in the following fields. Lead name over here. We want to enter the name of the lead. If you don't know the name, just enter property owner. So I'm going to find a lead using Zillow, like in our previous video, and show you how to enter the information that we talked about there. Okay, so here is the property we were using in our previous example. So we want to enter in the lead name. We have property owner, since we don't have a name, property owner. Status, we're going to use the status drop down, which is right here, to select either VA listing or VA wholesale, depending on the scripts that you are going to be using to work with them. For now, we're only going to be using the VA potential listings drop down. So here I have a whole bunch of different lead groups, but the only ones that you're going to have access to that you need to worry about are these two right here that start with VA, so the VA potential listings and VA potential wholesales. We're just going to deal with the listings right now, so all of our categories are going to be for VA potential listings. We're going to enter the phone number. From our listing that we had, the phone number is over here on the bottom right hand of the screen of this tab on the right. We're going to enter that there. If we can get their email, great. You know, I mean, we might need to get their email later on. Usually we're not going to be able to get that from just the listing. Sometimes it says it over here in the description, but you don't have to worry about trying to find that. So source, most of our leads are going to be coming from Zillow for sale by owner. So either Zillow for sale by owner or Craigslist for sale by owner. CL is for Craigslist. So we just want to select Zillow for sale by owner. And source, use the drop down to select where the lead was found. Just told you that. Source information. Copy and paste the source information found on the listing site. So this is what I was talking about with this information right here. We want to copy and paste this information right here. Make sure beds, baths, square footage, property description, and the price are selected in pink. Copy it and paste it right here into the source information. That way I can have a little bit of background about what's going on with the property when I need to look at it later. So this is just continued on, so we're just going to continue filling in these fields right here. I didn't have, I'm trying to make a process for you, so the screenshot was only big enough to show this much of the CRM over here. So comments, enter the date, called, text, or emailed, and the feedback received. It says see below for additional instructions. This is when we're going to enter in the information when we actually speak with a client or try to reach out to them. If we reach, so here's an example. If you reach their voicemail, enter something similar to, you always want to put the date that you called them and then either left voicemail or got voicemail. So let's say I called them today on the 23rd. I would enter the date and I got their voicemail. I would just say got voicemail. You don't have to leave a message if you reach their voicemail. We'll talk about the calling scripts later. We don't got to worry about that right now. This is just strictly for entering in new leads though. Next action step. So next action step, this is when we're going to write, so next action step is right here, and this is where we'd enter this information. So when we first enter a lead, we don't need to worry about entering anything here. Same for the comment. We don't need to enter anything right here. All we really need to worry about is the property address, days on market, and next action date. So for property address, we're just going to go right here, copy and paste this. Right here, we're going to look for the days on market. I told you earlier that this was the days on Zillow, so we're going to put 2 here. And then next action date, when we enter in properties for the first time, we don't need to designate a next action date. We'll do that after we contact them for the first time or try to reach them reach them for a follow-up. And then after all this information has been put in, that's all the information we need from the Zillow listing. So we're just going to hit save down here, and that is going to add the listing to the database. So this guy is on here now. You can click X to exit it out, and I'll show you how to do this a little bit later, but just to show you. So under potential listings, so this guy was added right here under property owner. So we have this guy here now, and that is under the VA potential listing tab. And I'll talk to you more about this a little bit later, but for now the purpose was just to add the listing.